and welcome to the Real San Diego podcast, where I interview inspiring and interesting people, dive into hot topics and communities around San Diego, and more. I'm your host, Cece Summerfield, and this week I'm talking with Juleia, the owner of the Barkeep Company. We will get to hear how she successfully started a beverage catering service company in the midst of COVID in 2020.
All right, so thank you for joining me today, Juleia.
My pleasure.
As I said to you, I'm really into interviewing inspiring small businesses in San Diego, along with a bunch of other stuff. But specifically today, we're going to be talking about your company, the Barkeep Company. Mm-hmm. And before we dig into the company itself and how you got that started, why don't you just tell me a little bit about yourself?
Sure, yeah. My name is Juleia. I'm originally from South Pasadena, California. Mm-hmm. I moved to San Diego about 8 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I just kind of fell in love with the city because of, the beaches, the culture. You look at LA and you look at San Diego, and in my opinion, of course I love my hometown, but here it's just so peaceful and wonderful, and the community is so tight.
Yeah, for sure.
So I fell in love and I moved here. I worked in hotels when I moved down here. I was really into just the hospitality culture as well. And it was so booming when I first moved here. Yeah. It was really the start of some of the best restaurants and hotels and chefs that were coming into this neighborhood. It was so exciting. And so I was working at La Valencia for a few years. Then I went to the Pendry and helped open up the craft bars and the full bar program there. Okay. I worked with Moet Hennessy for a short time. Nice. And then unfortunately COVID hit.
Yes, freaking COVID.
I know. But it really opened my eyes to what I really loved. And I owned a business similar to mine now, back when I lived in LA. And I thought about what I loved. I thought about what this city needs. And so the Barkeep Company was born.
I got to ask one question. You just look way too young to have already owned two companies.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I'm actually not that young. I just turned 37 last week.
That's really young. That's way younger than me. I also have another question, a follow-up question. You were saying you worked at La Valencia. I happened to work there as a massage therapist.
Oh my gosh.
For a short period of time when I moved back to San Diego, when I was trying to get into the real estate business. I had started a career in Northern California. And of course, in 2009, when the market was, I had decided to move back to San Diego, and I took my old job back as far as a massage therapist goes. I was working at the Hotel Del previous to that, like before I started in the real estate business. But long story short, I ended up landing at the La Valencia Hotel.
Cool.
And it was in 2009, and I probably did like some part-time work there between 2009 and 2011, I think.
Okay.
What year were you there?
2016.
Okay.
And so I was the banquet director.
Oh, very nice. Yeah. Such a beautiful hotel out there. I mean, you couldn't get a better location right in the middle of La Jolla.
And an amazing staff. I still go to that hotel now. Yeah. And the staff will just treat me like I never, ever left. Like they're the best. Truly some of the greatest hospitality workers in the city.
That is awesome. So is it like those type of places that you're doing your events at, or that you find that your company is geared towards?
Hotels are a little different just because, they have their own staff. Okay. So most of the time they won't bring in staffing. Occasionally they'll need additional help, but that's a really rare event for us. Mostly we do a lot of work in private events and in large festival style. We do about 12 to 15 large festival style events here in San Diego every year.
Very cool.
And throughout Southern California.
So how long total, let's see, for this business, the Barkeep Company business, how long have you been in business?
We technically were established 2020. Our business license goes a little bit farther than that, but.
So you started during COVID. Yep. Mm-hmm. So what was the shift? I mean, there's so many shifts for so many people getting into even different career paths. I know you said you had experience before this, and obviously as a banquet manager, that's, experience geared towards this type of business. Yeah. But what in 2020 happened to make you say, I'm going out on my own?
There were a lot of factors. I kind of had a reputation for doing events. And so I had been reached out to by a few different people who were like, events are coming back. They really need people. And I was tired of being home, and I really wanted to just get back and be with people and help celebrate and things like that, And so I started to do a few events with other companies. And then I went to my fiance and, we talked about what we want and what was important to us. and I talked about how happy my previous company had made me. And he said, look, you have this opportunity, like take it, like you can do it. And he's so supportive.
Oh, so great.
Yeah. And he really helps me run the business too.
Yeah. I was going to ask, does he work with you in the business or?
Okay. Yeah, he does. So it's myself. And then I have, like the two people who are just my right and left hand are my fiance Ian, and he really does the like inventory and back of house and organizational part. And then I have a girl named Courtney, and she is my hospitality manager, and she really takes care of the staff side of it and all of the guest interactions, things like that. She's great. I mean, they're both amazing. I'm really, really, really lucky.
And so you get to be the creative mind of all this. Is that?
Yeah, I mean, creative and marketing and
marketing,
payroll and
all that stuff.
That's really fun. But
it's not all the fun stuff. You mean?
Yeah, it's
running a business.
Yes, exactly.
So, what drives your passion? Would you say for this specific business in the craft cocktail industry?
Gosh, so. My previous, knowledge, I'm a sommelier, certified sommelier. And then I also am just certified in a lot of different, like small certifications throughout the hospitality world. And I just find with craft cocktails, it's such an interesting and exciting field because it's ever evolutionary.
Yeah.
I remember a few years ago, like people just started smoking cocktails, right? Like it was kind of like, ooh, and
interesting
now
flavors.
There's exactly. And it was kind of a expensive and cumbersome process to smoke a cocktail. But now like that process has evolved so much that I can make a smoked old fashioned at your backyard wedding.
You're making my mouth water.
It's just like no problem. And to see a field like that always growing, it's exciting. It's exciting to be part of it. It's exciting to explore.
Yes, definitely.
And see other people's growth in the career too.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, who doesn't love a good event with a cocktail made for that event? I mean, that's definitely so much fun.
Yeah, and we really strive to do that with our company. It's I'm happy to do basic cocktails if that's what the client needs.
Sure, of course.
So excited when a client's like,
create something.
Yes, let's do something different. Like, let's do it. We're here for it.
Is the infusion of alcohol still a big thing? I mean, I remember that was kind of going on a while back, and pardon me for not being super up to date on like all this stuff.
No. I think there's two sides of that. Yes, of course. I think infusing is always really exciting, but I also think that the innovations with syrups and things like that, and things that are becoming onto market that create a lot more ease in creating cocktails. It really does help into, getting away from having to infuse your own alcohol and being able to create some more complex flavors.
Yeah. And did you always feel like you wanted to be in business for yourself? I mean, over these years that you've spent in different hospitality industry related jobs, did you always have that thing in your back of your mind, like someday I'm going to do this myself?
I mean, yeah, I said, I had a small company before, and I really I didn't understand the business side of it. And so I kind of had to let it go because I was too afraid to step up to the plate and learn and do what I had to do to make my business work.
Yeah.
I'm lucky enough now that I've gained enough knowledge that it makes me want to do it. But I don't know that I ever was in a place where I was like, do I want to have my own thing? A lot of the time, everyone when I was growing up was like, when's Juleia's restaurant coming out? When's Juleia's bar Juleia gonna happen? And I was like, yes, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, just so you know, it's not gonna happen. And they're like, well, why not? And I was just like, I just don't want to be tied down to a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
And so this opportunity, being able to have a company that I can be
wherever you want.
Yeah.
Really.
And you know that what you're walking into every day is almost a guarantee, if a minimum guarantee. It's important to me.
Yeah, no, I see that being is hugely flexible and so nice to just constant newness and some change. You know? So what makes your business different from, say, other services similar to yours, like as far as like cocktail services or what would you call it? Like almost like a catering service.
It's beverage catering.
Catering. Thank you. That's exactly what I was looking for.
I think there's a lot of different aspects. I mean, I really believe in hospitality above everything. My staff is just the best. You know, they're the people that I know are going to go above and beyond for my clients every single time. They're the people who care a lot about cocktails and what they're creating. It's not just somebody who, you know, they don't have anything else to do today, so I guess I'll pick up this shift. Our core team are incredible.
They're masters of their craft.
They are, and they really believe in this company, and they are the people who have been so supportive. We have a large team that does a large festival, and they're amazing too. You know, and they're the core team leads that large team for the large events too. So I think hospitality first, creativity, and making sure that our clients are like over the moon, not just satisfied. And I think that a lot of companies believe in that, you know.
Yeah, of course. They've got a set mission.
But you know, I really want it to be what people value the most in our company.
Right. No, I love that. So you've done all sizes of events. I mean, what's your fate? If you had to pick one type of like event you would do for the rest of your career, would there be one that you really like more than one other?
Oh my gosh,
intimate events or like a
I love them all. They all are, you know, I think that's the cool thing is like one day I'm doing a wedding and the next day I'm doing a funeral and then the next day I'm doing a festival. You know, it's crazy the amount of variety that we do. I think I'm the most excited when the staff is like extremely excited.
Ready to go.
So we do San Diego Pride.
That's a fun one.
And everyone's so excited leading into it. It's just 2 months away now. And when they're there, their costumes that they wear and their excitement to see the guests and the guests' excitement to be there. I mean, the energy is just beyond.
Oh yeah, I bet.
It's crazy.
I could see that totally. What has been your most unique cocktail creation? And what event did it correlate to, or was it just something you came up with and you're like, oh, this is so cool?
There's been so many. I think the one that I'm probably like one of the most I'm proud of. We did an event when I was working at Pendry, and it was with Moet Hennessy and their Terrazas wine collection, and it was a wine dinner. And I did a Torontes, which is a white wine, South American wine. I did this beautiful cocktail with it, and it was lemongrass, the Torontes, and then I believe we did it with vodka.
That's such an interesting combination to me to put wine and vodka together.
And lime. And I think it was just a little, maybe it wasn't even vodka. I think it was, oh no, it wasn't. It was elderflower. That's what it was.
Okay.
It was Saint Germain, Torontes, lemongrass, and a touch of lime. And it was this beautiful, well-balanced cocktail that I was really proud of, but that company went and took that cocktail and I became well known within the company for it. So well known that they approached me later and asked, you know, we have this really big role and we think you'd be a great fit. Like, please, will you interview? And I said yes, and I ended up getting the job.
So that's so awesome.
Yeah, I was really proud of that cocktail, and it really kind of opened my eyes to you don't always have to have you know what you think is in a cocktail.
And it sounds simplistic.
Yes,
it's got a simplistic probably flavor too, but it's so good because it pairs so well with each other.
Yeah.
I love that you can come up. I wish I had that creative kind of mind over something like that. I'm like, I don't know, margarita.
You know, there's a lot of great margaritas out there too. You know, there's no limit.
Yeah, well, that's so awesome. What is your favorite? I mean, is that also your favorite cocktail? You think, like, as far as your personal taste, what is your favorite?
Oh, I'm a notorious Tanqueray and 10 dirty martini with blue cheese olives girl.
Oh, I love it. You're on the same page as me. The one place I can find with the blue cheese olives is Third Corner down.
Third Corner's great.
Third Corner has a great. I think they use actually Sapphire.
Yep. Try if you have the opportunity to have the Sapphire East.
Okay.
It's like an Asian inspired gin, and it's beautiful.
Okay.
It makes a really nice martini.
Yeah, I'm seeing the beginning. It's like martini.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds awesome. What do you do while you're not working? I mean, when you're just hanging out and doing something fun, what's your lifestyle?
I'm a stepmom.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah. So
happy belated Mother's Day then.
Yeah, exactly. It was a big week for me last week.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So she's 11. She'll be 11 in a couple weeks, and she's just like so fun. So we hang out with her a lot. Like that's my fiance and my like favorite thing to do. But, I like to ride Peloton a lot.
Okay.
Hit the gym, hang out, go to the beach.
Enjoy San Diego.
Yeah, I was going to say there's so much to do in this city. It's endless.
Yeah. So when you first came here, San Diego's created out of so many little micro neighborhoods, right? You got Ocean Beach where we're at today, and you can hear the planes go over. I just want to let everybody know we're filming and we're doing the sound recording in Ocean Beach in an office, and there's planes that come over all the time. But yeah, I mean, I fell in love with Ocean Beach when I got here back in 1998, and so I've been here for over 20 years.
Yeah.
And it was just an eclectic little beach town. I was like, this is my spot. I love the ocean, but I know there's a spot like that for everybody in San Diego. Where did you end up landing and like really becoming like, this is my spot?
Oh my gosh, it's so funny that you asked that question, because we actually just moved out of my old house. We have everything in storage this moment, and we are looking for a new place.
Oh, congrats.
Thank
you. That's another big
It's terrifying.
milestone in your life. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're looking in La Jolla. We're looking in Point Loma.
Okay.
We're looking in OB. And we're looking in PB, but I mean, it's just so hard.
So coastal.
Ideally coastal, yeah. I really like this little area, like the Point Loma Heights. I think it's gorgeous. So I mean, like, fingers crossed. But all those places I would be super happy in.
Yeah, the one thing with Point Loma Heights, I'm sure you're aware of, is the planes. You're gonna have to get used to that.
That's okay.
Okay, as long as you're good with that, then
okay
Point Loma Heights is great.
Yeah.
How's being your own boss been for you? Like, do you like it?
It's challenging. I mean, you have to be your own motivator. It's funny because I'll have different kinds of guilt. Like, sometimes I feel guilty because I'm not giving myself enough time off. And then if I take too many days off, I feel like I'm not investing enough in my own company.
Yep.
So that's kind of tough. But of course, like, there's so much freedom. I think the first year and a half, I was really scared.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know, like, I had to get a lawyer, I had to get a tax preparer, all these things that were the unknowns. So I really had to be my bravest self and say, like, okay, if it all goes to hell, then you tried, and that's what matters.
Yeah. Yep. They call it fail forward.
Yeah.
Basically.
I got lucky. I was very precautionary, and so I was able to, like, save enough, and everything worked out great. And we're going to keep going.
Yes.
But it was scary in the beginning.
Oh, I bet. And especially in such an unknown and volatile world in 2020. Yeah. I mean, to step out into an event style business, that's brave.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. I mean, exciting. I totally hear you on, like, trying to take out time off. I've been a realtor for over 18 years, and I've had 2 kids in the process, and they're 18 and 20 at this point. But when they were little, it was a lot, you know, and finding the balance and time, because I could be cooking dinner and writing an offer at the same time, and trying to get dinner on the table and sending the offer up
and helping with homework
and doing this and doing that, and like the day doesn't really end until the kids go to bed.
Yeah.
Right. So and I hear exhausted. You, and then I'm exhausted, and I'm like, crap, I still got this, that, and the other, and making sure the marketing goes out, and doing this video and doing that. And so it's a lot. It is definitely rewarding in the fact that you can always decide if you're going to take time off, how much it's going to be, and and make it work for yourself. Obviously, with the event business, you're going to have dates that are booked, so you got to figure out what your time off is. But man, it's. I don't think I could ever go back to the 9 to 5. I'll be honest.
Oh, same. I know that now. Like, I know for sure that it would be difficult because of the parts of my life that I've been able to balance that I had a really hard time balancing when I had that, and how much pleasure those things bring me. Yeah,
and the other thing I really recognize is that I was always able to be there for my kids, which was super important to me. In their classrooms, being heavily involved in the PTA for about 3 years at the elementary school here in Ocean Beach. And I couldn't have done that had I had a job that I had to, drop off, come back and get the kids, every day. And we were able to ride bikes to school, which was amazing during their whole time at elementary school. And I was able to go pick them up, and it was a lot. I worked a lot of weekends. Don't get me wrong, but it was really nice to have those weekdays where I could spend time with them. And enjoy them.
And like I said, that's what my free time is seeing our girl, hanging out, seeing our friends.
Yeah. And that's always been a blessing for me. So,
totally.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? I mean, your business is running and you're like, crap, that's a heavy question. What do you...
Hopefully with a new house by then.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, you'll get something.
We have a couple applications. But okay, 5 years, hopefully married. I mean, definitely married. We'll have a wedding before then. Everyone's asking, like, since the moment we got engaged.
Pressure.
Yeah, we got engaged in Santorini last September.
Santorini. Yeah, okay.
But everyone's like, so when's the wedding? I'm like, we are engaged and we're so happy.
We're happy there.
Yeah, exactly. Just give us a second. But definitely within 5 years, we'll be married. And, I've never really had an expectation out of Barkeep. Barkeep has just delivered, and so if it continues to deliver at the rate that it's at now, I'm going to be a very, very busy woman in 5 years. Yeah. And I'm very grateful for that. Yeah. And, as long as I'm happy and my family's happy and there's a good amount of balance, then like, let's take it to the moon.
Heck yeah, man. Hallelujah to that.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate your time with me today.
And
it's been amazing talking to you. I feel the passion coming off of you, and also you seem like you have a great business sense too. So I think you're going to be nothing but successful.
Thank you. That's so nice.
And it sounds like your company's just going to keep on continuing to grow and evolve. And, I want to hear more about those great cocktails creations that you're making. Cause I mean, the one with the wine, I don't think I've ever even heard of that white wine. Of course, I'm not too exploratory. I have none of the background that you do as a sommelier. Sommelier. Sorry. See, I can't even pronounce it. I do like wine, but I like it to be cheap and taste good.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes I'm the same way.
If you can find something at grocery outlet, I'm telling you, that place.
I'll tell you my secret. Trader Joe's wine.
Really?
I got through my sommelier program because of Trader Joe's wine and the varieties that they carry that are affordable. When you go to Trader Joe's next time, go into their European section and just grab something. They're $10, they're $5, but at least you'll try a new varietal and you'll be able to have that little bit of knowledge.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
And I would love to hear more about that too, as far as your experience with wine and how that all came about, but we'll do that on another interview.
Okay, let's do it.
But anyways, thank you so much, Julia. I appreciate it. And I hope you have a great day, the rest of your day.
You too.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.